The Odd Pod.
Odd Pod. Hello and welcome again to The Odd Pod. Today I thought I'd have a look at some odd magazines which you can buy. Of course, the internet has pretty much put the magazine business out of business, if you see what I mean. But you can still, if you look hard enough, find some strange magazines that might take your fancy. For instance, Serial Killer magazine. This one has to win the prize for the most messed up magazine ever created. According to the site, Serial Killer magazine is chock full of artwork, rare documents, police files and in-depth articles regarding serial murder. If that's not enough for you, there's a crossword puzzle. It's in America for $20 an issue. You're treated to insightful articles like "Is My Son a Serial Killer?" and lyrics to songs written by Charles Manson. So if you've long pined for a comic featuring a young Jeffrey Dahmer, this is the magazine for you. What about Fence Post magazine? I kid you not, a trade magazine more ridiculous than Cranes Today, which we'll talk about in a moment. Yes, there's a quarterly magazine called Fence Post, and it's literally about fences. It's published by the American Fence Association, which apparently has its own convention in Las Vegas. Make sure I missed that. The cover story of the most recent issue explains how residential fences are totally hip. Could this be the year for residential fences to make a comeback, as the headline? Unless you're actually telling us that fence technology has changed any in the last 50 years, we're pretty sure it's still just a bunch of wood and paint. Plastic if you're nasty. But anyway, you can always buy a copy of Fence Post magazine. I mentioned Cranes Today earlier on, and here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Cranes Today publish 80 pages of crane articles every month. These are cranes as in the construction articles, not the cranes that fly around with wings. And last but by no means least, how about Miniature Donkey Talk magazine? I'm not quite sure if this is about donkeys that talk or about people who want to talk about donkeys. There's a letter in this month's magazine that's supposed to be written by a donkey with some weird accent, and it's about giving birth to baby donkeys. There's also a joke section, but I've noticed that none of the jokes are actually about donkeys. Anyway, if you get bored, choose one of those. See ya.
The Odd Pod.
Odd Pod.